Let's talk a little bit about the early death of a primary earner, or in the case that we're talking about here, which is Jane and John Doe. John was the primary earner for the family, and Jane didn't earn enough to even qualify for Social Security. So we're going to talk a little bit about her situation, about John himself, and just so we kind of like all understand what his situation was. So John dies at 52 years old. You can see his earning record here, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. But as you can see, he died at 52, making his last $40,000. Okay. So when he was in his younger years, he, worked some part-time summer jobs, didn't make a lot of money. But as he progressed in his career, he was able to, get to the highest level of Social Security earnings. Um, uh, you know, roughly, let's see, roughly around 2012. And from 2012 till the time he died, he was making it, at the highest levels, which is above, 168,500. Um, okay, so let's see what we can kind of glean from the situation. So he earned he earned good money throughout his career. Um, and he dies of a heart attack at 52, a surprise to his family, but he did qualify for Social Security prior to dying. Some of his highest paid 35 years indexed at over $6 million. And I think we've talked about indexing before, but indexing essentially takes all of the money that you've earned and puts them in a common current dollars. So his common current dollars right now is almost 6.4 million, which gives him essentially a monthly indexed amount of about 15,000. And I think we've done his payment analysis or done payment analysis before, but on the first 1,174 of this 15,224, you get 90% of that in your payment. Then on anything between 1174 and 7078, you're going to get 5904 times 32%, which is going to give him 1889. And then anything north of 7078, which in this case is 8,146, he's going to get 15%. And this is going to give him a total benefit of 4,168. So he qualified for Social Security. That means his spouse will qualify at a certain point in time. And in this now, we'll look for in other videos, we'll talk about what she'll get when she retires. But the question now will become what happens to that 4,168 while the wife is under Social Security age and has three dependents that are depending on her for to get them through school and off to college, right? So we'll talk more about that, but I wanted to kind of show everyone that Social Security has thought through this scenario. And they are going to, even when someone dies early, they very well uh, accrue enough credits um, to still continue to provide for their family at some level. So if you have any questions about this, if you know somebody who has been in this situation, I'm glad to provide guidance and help. And in our next video, we're going to talk a little bit about what the family could get and how they would get it. Okay. Thanks for joining.